Hey, what's up, guys? It's Konsol, and today's episode 35 of Konsol Plays Minecraft. And today we're going to be doing some work here at the end, or probably some more work. If you guys remember before, I started working on the Enderpearl Transport system. And let's go ahead over here. I'm going to go ahead and try to finish that up today. But I actually started working on it before, and this is pretty much what I came up with. And because it worked in the creative world, this here. I think I worked on this for, it was at least, I would say like a month ago. But in the creative world, I said it was probably directional, where it has to be facing north and south and vice versa for it to work the right way. And I think this is east and west, yes. So it actually does not work the way it's supposed to. So I'm just going to go ahead and completely scrap this and use a completely easier system in order to do it. This one was going to be using minecarts with chest, and now this new system is just going to use ice and water to transport the ender pearls from the island back to here. Well, no, the spawner back to the island, and then just store them in a few chests for a while. So yeah, we're going to have to completely tear this room down, but I just want to go ahead and give you guys like a little look of what this looked like before. There's a lot of material. Well, it's not really a lot of material that bothers me. You know, redstone and iron and everything for hoppers isn't really that big of a deal. It's pretty easy to get. But at least I'll be able to get this stuff back for building again. So I'm going to go ahead and completely tear most of this room down, and then we can get working on the new system, and we may start working on my new transport system for myself to get between the island to the spawner. Alright guys, here we are at the spotter for the Enderman, and I have the game on peaceful currently just because the Enderman actually cause quite a bit of lag, and they're very loud, so it's kind of hard to commentate while they are sitting here. Anyway, on this side of the whole transport system, what was originally going to be done, I was going to have a small tower here of 8 minecart chests, and what I was going to do is pretty much come over here, click a minecart chest, fill it with ender pearls. Then I'm just going to hit this button. The piston will push the minecart chest down here. There's going to be a power track, and that will send it off back to the island. Now I'm going to be using something different. I'm going to be creating a item elevator. The tutorial for this item elevator specifically will be down in the description below. And it's pretty much going to raise this all the way up so that it's equal with the island, or with the storage room that the island is going to be. And pretty much transport all of the ender pearls down there using ice and water. And then make sure the items stay loaded. I'm going to be using a chunk loader. I saw this from Panda. There are different types of chunk loaders, but this one is you're able to turn the chunks on and off to make sure that you can load them when you want to have them loaded, and then unload them if you don't want to have them loaded. So that'll be very good to have, so I won't be causing extra lag to my world. And if you guys download the world, you won't be causing extra lag. We'll have extra lag as well. So I'm going to go ahead and work on the setup for that. I really don't know how I want to set up the item elevator. I also need to see where I need to stop the top of the elevator at, so I can make it equal with the storage room. So we're probably going to be going back and forth between both to make sure I have both of them right, and also try to make the other storage room look nice. A few things before we go ahead and get to work on this mainly. You may notice this video is in 1080p. Hopefully it will be in 1080p. I want you guys to let me know if the quality of this video is much better than what it normally is. So go and check the last video and then check this one. I'm trying to get my render settings better. I'm also planning on upgrading my GPU, hopefully within the next month or two. That way I'll be able to record in higher settings and without getting that much lag and things like that. So I'll make it easier on my part and maybe be a better viewing experience for you guys. And the Saints Row series is also going to start being in 1080p. I believe I've rendered episode 17 in 1080p. And I'm pretty much up to like episode 20 in recording, and they're going to be uploaded over the next couple of days. So when that episode comes out, I'll try to look out for it, and please leave me some feedback in the comments below. That will really help me out. And I think that is all I wanted to say. And if you guys want to know what the render settings are for the videos now, the render settings are by Jack Frags. I saw this the video was uploaded over a year ago, I believe. I will leave that in the description as well. So if you guys want to have really good render settings, go and check that out. That's it. let's start getting to work on this thing. So let me go ahead and tear this down, and yeah, I'll show you guys what it looks like. Alright, so I've been doing some work here in the new little storage area, and I went ahead and set up all the redstone, the hoppers and chests and so on. The reason why I didn't do this while recording is because I actually came across some complications with the redstone, so I had to do some things differently. So as you can see right there, that's where the items are going to be coming in from the ice stream. So all the items are going to come into here, land on a hopper that's there. And then the items would go into each one of these chests and kind of go around the loop. So these 8 chests, well 4 chests here, well technically 8 and 8, are going to be for the ender pearls. And the last 2 chests are going to be for overflow items, just in case I want to send any extra items through. Or any ender pearls may get misplaced in the system. They'll end up in this chest here, just to make sure the system doesn't break, so to say. What I had to do differently with the redstone though, let's come up here. I believe I linked in the description of a video 2 videos ago, a tutorial for the automatic, not storage system, but item separator, technically for a storage system. You may notice that the redstone is quite different. When I set it up normally, something happens with the ender pearl where one ender pearl will automatically give it the full redstone signal. I don't know why. It could be something that's a problem with the game and nobody's noticed, or it could be in the game on purpose. It could be the type of item the ender pearl is. But I had to make it so it's 35 items and then the other 3. So altogether it is 39 items with the ender pearl. When I have it regular and I place the ender pearl there, I automatically go straight through the system. But now that I have it like this, it pretty much works the right way. Only thing is, I have to have 2 repeaters under this block here. So sometimes the ender pearls may get stuck here. But since I have so many coming through, and it's a block that, well, item that I have a lot of already. You can see kind of through the storage room, I have a lot of ender pearls. I think all the way up to here. Let's grab back some few. It shouldn't really be a problem at all. So yeah. Anyway, now that I have the little room set up, I'm going to be making this room look a little bit nicer. I kind of have an idea of what I may do. I'm not really sure. But I wanted to set up this room first, so that I can set up the item elevator that got the spawner. This here is going to be the track and when the items come through for the item elevator, or from the elevator. I'm not really sure what to call this. It's going to be water and ice in order to transport the items. If you guys have any cool ideas for names for that, leave them in the comments below. That'd be pretty interesting to see. But all the items are going to be coming here, and I have the water. I've seen a few of the YouTubers actually do this, and I'm not sure if it stops the items from bouncing up when there's a lot, or the hopper is already full. But if it does, that is hopefully it works the right way. I may have to do some things with this. So the water and ice are going to come through here. Coming to the water here, all the items are going to sit here and go through the hopper stream, and that's pretty much how it's going to work. So there's a bit of kind of a visual indication slash like a visual explanation. That's the word. Alright, so we're going to be heading back to the spotting pad, and we're going to work on the elevator. So I already took a screenshots of the coordinates, so I know exactly where to take the track back to. Wait, I almost forgot something. I know exactly where to take the track back to. And I'm also going to have to work on the chunk loader, which I'm pretty sure I know how it works, but it's going to take quite a bit of redstone blocks, redstone, sticky pistons, that type of stuff. So let's grab all this, and I'm going to go ahead and head over to the spawner. Alright, so we're back here at the spawner, and this is pretty much what the new item elevator looks like. If you guys have went and checked out the other tutorial already, you notice that he uses a dispenser or a dropper, I believe, to pretty much send all the items out. But that's mainly for if you want an automatic storage system, or you can just place your items into a chest and all the items will get sorted automatically. But for this, I'm just going to have to pretty much, grab some ender pearls, throw it onto here. There's going to be water here. I should, test this out with water. Where is the water? The water. Oh, I have some ice. I should have ice. There we go. Alright, so I just toss a few in there. It pretty much should kind of go up into there, and it'll cause it to, it's supposed to shoot kind of straight up. I may have to have a full stack. Let's just test it out with a full stack. Or I may have to move it back a little, I'm not sure. Oh, it's getting stuck straight on the fence post. Okay, I got it. Let's move back. There it goes. So I guess it's just something that I kind of have to aim the right way and it'll work perfectly fine. Anyway, so this is going to go up to level 55, I believe. Well, why height 55? That is the height that it'll connect to back at the storage room. And we're going to pretty much set up the ice stream or transport line back there. And I may actually have to go back and get more ice. I believe this spawner is built about 150 blocks away from the island, so I actually should have enough for that, because that's about almost 3 stacks, something around there. Yeah. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and build this up. We're gonna need glass, and I should have more glass. I thought I did. I may have taken it back to the other storage room. I should be more what's the word, organized with this. Or I could just have the glass come up in the middle and then kind of on the 4 sides and then put, you know, stone brick or something. I'm not sure. I might just do that. Maybe it'll look better. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish this little part up, and then I can show you guys what the transport line is going to look like. And just pray that I do not fall and kill myself. Mama, help me. I'm afraid of heights. Alright, so I just went ahead and tested out the system. I went up here and pretty much placed a bunch of ender pearls, and I used the end stone. That's kind of like a different type of block temporarily, and it actually sorted through the system pretty well. All the ender pearls went to here, and the end stone went into here. So this system here works. That's good. I've also went ahead and connected this part here, the water. Let's kind of come up here and see. That was a fail. Alright, I connected this all the way to the tower at the other side. So we're going to be heading over there just to test it out to make sure, well, we're going to see how good it works without having to use a chunk loader. And we may end up having to use one, because I don't think the chunks will be loaded that far. I just want to see how items act when it stops being loaded. So let's go ahead and run over there. And I actually managed to bring a horse into here. Yeah, finally got a horse in here. We're probably going to be using a horse when we do the new transport track. And I'm not really sure what I want to do for the transport track. I kind of have an idea, but I want to go and test some things out first. So let me go ahead and run over to the spawner, and we can go ahead and test out the item elevator. Alright, this here is the item elevator. You can't really see it that well, just because this part is here. I'm going to try to... Oh, that's in the way as well. Let's see. Oh, there you go. It's just a giant glass tower. I think I explained this before. The items pretty much go right there and go straight up the glass to the very top. And at the very top, I have a water stream. So the items should go straight into the water and get pushed along that pathway. So let's go ahead and see if this works. I'm going to go ahead and chuck a few stacks of ender pearls in here. See that? Control, Shift, Q. Alright, it looks like it's going up perfectly fine. Well, some of it's going up. How many stacks did not go up through the system? Oh, quite a bit actually did go up. Alright, so it should be pretty much headed to the top. Let's just start running along this pathway. And we're going to see if it kind of stays loaded, or, well, we're going to see if it goes back to the place. So I'm going to go about right here. Pause for a second. But anyway, I feel like there was something I wanted to talk about before, but I forgot. Oh, for the pathway. I actually started changing this before, but I really don't like the way this is starting to turn out. So we're going to be completely redoing this. My kind of plan for it was to use clay blocks or something right here for this part of the pathway. and then get rid of all of this on the side, and then have it so a horse can run straight back and forth. Something like that. I thought it'd be kind of cool to be able to use horses for something like this, because you know horses aren't really used for much at all. Horses are kind of, thinking about it, they're kind of useless unless you just want to have like make mini games or something for them. So yeah. All right, let's go ahead and get back up over here. Could be using Enderpearls actually. And this way. Let's see if the items actually came through. Oh, they are. Alright, so when we came through and actually loaded the chunks, I think that's when it started fully going. Unless it went so fast that we did not have to really load all of the chunks, but here it is. I want to make sure of something. When all of the items come through, I'm going to make sure that it actually fills up my inventory to know that all of the items came through and something didn't happen where they duplicated or something. Let me go ahead and wait for all of this to come through, and then I'll decide what I'm probably going to do next. Alright, so all of the ender pearls came through, and you may notice this little stack of 13. I did throw a few ender pearls when coming up the ladder. So I know that this works if I kind of come back along the pathway. So probably what we're going to do different. Well, not different. We're still going to do this. Something I actually didn't know and I kind of did by accident. That line right there is set up right on a chunk border. So 0 by 0, pretty much going straight down. Well, one of them is 0. Let's try to come over here. So in order to see the chunks, let's see. You have your coordinates. You want to look at the little number in parentheses. So at the very top, that's 8. That's one chunk. And this is a border between 4 right here. So we going this way, chunk, chunk. That way is a chunk, and this way is a chunk. So one of them is always on 0, which is good. Which means if I set their line up, I can place the hopper stuff on both sides. Excuse me. With the redstone, and I'll pretty much load the chunks going straight down to here. The only thing I'm going to do different is I'm going to make it so that it doesn't load the chunks on this side and that side, because that's kind of how the chunk loader is set up. I'm going to make it so the hoppers are only on this side to load up this chunk, and hopefully that will work fine, and the items will constantly come all the way through into here without me having to come back. And I have to remember that I can't put too many items into the system just because I only have 8 chests, which is still a lot, but considering how many ender pearls I do get from using the farm, it can be a problem sometimes. So if I go through like a mass repairing session or enchanting, anything like that. So let me go ahead and get the redstone for that. I'm going to be needing sticky pistons. I need to put this in here. I'm going to need sticky pistons, redstone blocks, and what else is there? And hoppers. Lots and lots of hoppers. Not a lot, but quite a bit. And I don't think I have any of that stuff. I have that, but yeah. We're going to be heading back to the overworld. I'm going to go grab the supplies. I'm also going to need to grab a lot more stone brick to finish up this little I'm just going to call it a track. This track here, because when we're going to place the chunk loaders, it's going to be on top of that. I want to make sure it's completely covered up so that the lighting cannot go through the block and melt the ice. And yeah, just safety precautions pretty much. Alright, so I went ahead and just set up the hoppers on top of the track. Hey, I actually remember the name this time. And I didn't set up any of the other redstone to turn it on and off because it's actually not causing that much lag at all. I would expect it to cause a little bit more, but it's actually pretty steady frame rate. So we're probably just going to leave it like that. Hopefully the chunks stay loaded. And that's where we're going to go ahead and test right now. So I'm going to go ahead and toss a whole stack of items. I'll try to get like this angle. Go ahead and toss a whole stack of items, well, chest full, into the stream and see if it actually carries it all the way back to the room. So I'm gonna stand here for about that means I need to put it in there a little bit slower. Alright, let's kind of back up again. Alright, get the angle. Yeah, I do have to put it in there slower. Alright, so we're going to stand here for about, I would say, 3 to 5 minutes, and I'm going to see if the items go all the way back to the room, or if the items just despawn in the track itself. So, I'll be back in that short amount of time. Alright guys, so I pretty much just came here to check to make sure the Enderpearls went through smoothly. And they actually all did. I moved them out of the chest already back onto here. The hoppers kept the chunks loaded so that the items can go straight through the water stream and came here. And so it works perfectly fine. I guess that's a really good thing. Anyway, that's going to be concluding today's episode. I pretty much did what I wanted to finish. This is something I want to work on for a very long time, but I just never really got the chance to work on it. But yeah, a few things before I end this video. First of all, check the description below for the newest world download. I actually uploaded it, I would say, probably over a week ago. I'm going to be doing another world download sometime soon once I finish up a few extra things, since I didn't really do much in that video. Well, that world download specifically. So be sure to look out for that. As well as be sure to leave in the comments below if you think the video looks better in 1080p compared to the other video quality. And if it does, I'll record and render in the setting permanently. It actually takes, the files are a lot larger and it takes me forever to render these videos, but it's not really that big of a deal. It's perfectly fine. Anyway, if you guys enjoyed this, be sure to leave a thumbs up rating. Thank you guys for watching. If you guys have any questions, leave them down below. And if you guys want to know how to download Minecraft Worlds, Google it. Simple as that. And that's pretty much it. Later.